The recent polls that have been coming out with regards to the upcoming election, you're not doing as well as perhaps you may have hoped. What is your reaction to these poll results?
That we'll do a lot better on July the 3rd. I'm confident that people will, over the last couple of weeks, look at the alternatives presented to them and will decide to move Thailand forward with a government that will work with the people's policies, addressing their real concerns about high prices, about drugs, and about having a government that will uphold the rule of law.
You're not worried at all about how the polls
We have to work hard. We have to work hard. We know we are slightly behind. For me, it's a good position to be with 2 weeks left. It makes us work a lot harder, and it won't make us complacent. And at the same time, I think it will mobilize our supporters.
You recently changed some of your strategies towards this election. You came out on Facebook and you made some comments as to past events, the burning of Bangkok, some allegations as to how you came into power. What prompted you to take this new approach?
Well, it's not an integral part of the campaign, not the central part of the campaign at least. But it has been necessary because I've avoided talking about these issues before dissolution. But since dissolution, I think there's been a systematic attempt to discredit me on these issues, and I felt it was time for me to set the record straight. And the best thing to do that without being confrontational is to write it all down and let people read for themselves.
Talking about being confrontational, you recently announced that you're going to hold an electioneering event at Rajapasong. Some people may consider this to be somewhat confrontational.
It is a way of signaling that we want this election to return all space to all Thai people. I mean, after all, for some reason, Rajapasong has been monopolized by only one group. We're there to say that Rajapasong, like the whole of the country, belongs to all Thais, to all colors.
Right, but you have a lot of people following you around, maybe perhaps heckling
you.
Well,
they're the ones that are confrontational.
Right. Did they worry you at all?
It's not something that I think anyone should encourage. And I've urged Kun Yingluck and Pak Pheu Thai to come out and denounce these kinds of moves. And I've been disappointed that that's not been forthcoming.
There's been a lot of talk recently about the red shirt villages. They've now become international news. Should you continue in power, what will you do about this problem?
Well, we will try as best we can to say to them that it is time to stop dividing the country. If they have grievances, we will address them. You know, they are entitled to whatever rights that other Thai people are entitled to, but they don't have a special privilege just because they are more organized, or perhaps their voices are heard more, that they have to have privileges above other Thais. That's what our message is now to the electorate.
There's been a lot of violence directed towards politicians. There's been some rumors and thought that perhaps the army may step in. Is this an issue that we should be worried about?
There's no reason for that at all. If you recall, actually, in all election campaigns, you know, these things do happen, regrettably so. And you know, we hope that the police will get to the bottom of this quickly, so that it will deter and stop similar kind of violence spreading.
You've been in the news internationally and made some clarifications over something you said about whether you resign or not. What would you do if your expectations are not met in this election? You don't get the amount of seats that you want.
People shouldn't question what I will do. You know, I've shown throughout my career that I will take responsibilities, and also that I will make the right decision, an appropriate decision. But if I can't take the party forward, what's the point of me continuing to lead the party?
By taking responsibility, that means you will no longer run the party?
That's right. But I cannot say, you know, when people ask me about exact numbers, there's so many ifs. You know, what if we win 160 seats, but we are the biggest party? Then there's no reason for me to resign.
Right.